What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. I got some new news concerning Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. Evander, he's an American fighter, ex-American champion, heavyweight champion, and they ran into him and he had a lot of things to say because they asked him, who does he think the best heavyweight is? And he stated that he thinks all of the fighters are good. He thinks that all of the fighters are good, but he would have to give the best fighter in the world to Deontay Wilder simply because of the long count. Okay, because he says normally when a referee gets to the fourth count and you're still on the ground, they just wave it off. But the referee didn't do that, so we'd have to give it to Deontay. He says he thinks skill-wise, Anthony Joshua is probably the best or better than the other two, but he's scared to fight. He won't fight him. And he goes on to say Deontay gets better and better every fight, and he's a lot quicker than people think he is, and he has a chance to beat any of those guys because he has the knockout power. Let me counterpunch that. Evander Holyfield he said that Anthony Joshua won't fight him, or he's scared to fight him. He's been saying that for a while. It's typical from Evander Holyfield because Evander Holyfield is an American champion. And I think that's his way of supporting his American champion. You know what I mean? Now, you hear a lot of these fighters that say what they feel instead of what they know, if that makes sense. Like, they hear a certain story, or they hear that story from a particular side. Like, I'm pretty sure he heard what Deontay had to say. And then, the $50 million comes up and all that. And that argument just gets ridiculously contentious. You know what I mean? It's like, now you have more people. You have Dillian White, and he's signing on to the $50 million theory of AJ being scared and turned away from it and all this, and it was real. You know what I'm saying? So, Evander probably heard that side of it and just was like, oh, he's scared. You know what I mean? He's scared. So, and I think it could happen to anybody, honestly. I think, someone comes to you about and tells you what happened about a certain situation, and you just take their word for it for cash value, and then you base your opinion off that word that you took for cash value. Like, okay, sounds like to me, that he's scared, right? But I don't think that Evander Holyfield, knows the real deal. You know what I mean? But I also find it ironic because if he knew the real deal, and this is based on the fact if he knows, I don't think Evander Holyfield knows, and I don't want to blame it on his age or his condition because he's a little punchy. He is, because you can tell in the interview that, and when he talks, he's not the worst case. So I'm not going to just say he's just, you know what I mean? He's not that bad, and I hate that syndrome, you know what I'm saying? But he is, he is a little punchy. I just think that he just doesn't know. I don't think that he knows honestly, I don't believe that he knows everything. You know what I mean? For that matter, a lot of us don't know everything, you know what I mean, involved in any of this shit. But, certain people, but like the public people, no. A lot of things are done that we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, and that's real talk. But as far as the information we have, I don't think Evander knows all that. So I would give him the benefit of the doubt there. But I feel that if he knows what's going on about the previous negotiations, about the 12.5 or the 15 million, he of all people should know what that's like, because he was the A side of the negotiations with him and Lennox Lewis, where they offered Lennox Lewis $10 million flat. See, people forget that. And Lewis took that shit because Lewis wanted to be undisputed. Do you see what I mean? So I don't see how Evander Holyfield, when it comes down to business sense, unless his ass forgot, you know what I mean, how that all transpired, how that business deal was actually made. I don't see why he should say something like, oh, well, I think Josh was scared because, he didn't take this fight or didn't take that money. Whereas his side, the A side, offered Lennox Lewis that money, and Lennox Lewis, his ambitious ass, took it because he wanted to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And he took it, and it paid out for him. You see what I'm coming from? So it doesn't really matter about what Evander Holyfield thinks, but he should know better if he knew what the previous negotiations are, and that's that concerning Evander Holyfield, because I'm not going to really bash Holyfield because I don't know if he knows everything. You know what I mean? But he knows what it's like to be the A side, and the A side calls the shots. So he should know that more than anyone else in the game. As many fights as his ass been in, and how fights are negotiated. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, and that was a unification fight, mind you. Okay, so he should know that. So anyway, I'll leave the link below in the description. You guys tell me what you think about the video. It's a small smidge. It's like TMZ is the source or whatnot. But leave your comments below. Please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.